Alright guys, thought I'd make a video today. My Simplicity Broadmoor blew a head gasket, and all the oil and stuff came out the bottom of the head. See all the gunk, and there was also a bunch of crap in the side fins. But if you hear in the background, you can hear my Panzer over there. It's running pretty good. But anyway, it blew a head gasket, and I went down to local Briggs and Stratton dealer and bought a head gasket and a new air filter, because when I got this, air filter just fell apart. So I bought both these for 11 bucks. So it actually just blew a head gasket and then shut down. And then a couple minutes later, after I guess the head gasket came back together or quit flexing because of the heat, it started right back up. It started smoking really bad. But anyway, I'm gonna get this head off, and I'll be right back. And there's gonna be a video about replacing it, and I'm also gonna show you all the torque specs. And there is a bolt pattern you have to go into, but I just usually go one on each side. So be right back. So what I like to do before I put new head gaskets on, I clean the surface area on the gasket where it sits, and I also clean the most carbon I can out of that the head itself, and also off of the piston and the valves. So I'm going to hook up my drill press with the wire brush on it. You want this on a really slow setting, that way you don't sit there and eat up everything. See, mine is in first gear, and you want to slowly go back and forth. So you get it looking like that. Now I'm going to do the rest of the head, and I'm going to show y'all in a minute. Okay guys, this is what the head looks like after I'm done. You can still see there is a little bit more. I'm going to get a screwdriver and get that out. But I got one tip for everybody. You see how that's really flat? That's what you want. What I used on the drill press was that wire brush, as you all saw. You want to get a small cone one like that. You get any bigger or any littler. This is actually perfect size for this 8-horse Briggs on that Broadmoor. But you do not want to, on the actual flat surface where the gasket sits, you do not want to use a sander or any kind of sanding material, because what you'll do, you'll throw that head off, and it'll actually make your gaskets go out faster. Now if you have one of those belt sanders that's really flat, you could probably hit that for like 2 seconds. But you don't want to do it long, because you end up, what you're going to do, you're going to cause your motor to have more compression. You'd want that when you're racing, but not when you're trying to replace the gasket on it just for mowing the yard. So what I did is I took all the gasket material off, took all the carbon off, and there is another way to wash these. I just don't have enough of this fluid right now. You can use carbon choke cleaner and parts cleaner. This is just carbon choke. If you get the parts cleaner version 2, that'll actually work out with you. If you want to get it off in, like, say 5 minutes or so, actually you can spray that in there till this thing is like halfway full, and then light it on fire. It's not recommended by most of your small engine dealerships because of fire hazards and stuff, you know. And it's not recommended by Briggs, but it does work. It'll turn all the carbon to dust, and you can just blow it out. But I got the head off, as you saw. Filters out there, the gasket's out there. Be back in a minute. Okay guys, we're back. I got the bolts snugged on to the head, and there's two things you need to do before you do this. You got to make sure all your bolts are in the exact same place they was before. I just pulled the head off, and then when I do, I turn them upside down. I just turn the whole head upside down on a piece of flat surface, and just let the bolts fall out. That way you can just slide it back on. But anyway, what you need to do is do that. Put your head gasket on, snug 2 bolts down, or snug them all down, just finger snug as soon as they start giving you resistance. And then this is a foot-pound torque wrench. You need 15 foot-pounds on this torque wrench. This is a Harbor Freight torque wrench. I've been using this for about 2 or 3 years. This is the click type, so it works pretty well. What you're going to want to do is you want to come from this bolt to the exact opposite. Then you go that bolt, exact opposite. And you just keep going back and forth until all the bolts are clicked in place. You want to go completely all the way around it at least 1 or 2 times until you hear it click. They all got to be exactly the same. And then I'm going to go torque this thing down. I'll be right back. Okay guys, I got the head gasket on, filter on, everything else on. See if it'll fire up. Looks like it works. I'm going to do a video here next. I'm going to recover the ST16 down there. I got a new solenoid for it in the bag. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Oh, and don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all later.